After a dramatic opening day, it's time for the start of day 2 of the 2024 Men's East Asia Cup. Both the captains, as well as match manager Kiani Hasnain and reserve umpire John Prakash, are out in the middle. John, who's got the coin?
China.
China will be flipping.
Heads.
Heads is the call. Heads it is. Kendall, I think we picked it up just now. You're going to have a bat first?
Yeah, that's right. Same as yesterday. Hopefully we can put a strong total on the board again and then get an opportunity to squeeze them and hopefully take 10 wickets today.
And not the best result for you yesterday. I mean, I guess some of Hong Kong's players were just in fantastic form. But what can you do differently today against China and later on in the afternoon game?
Yeah, plenty of positives from yesterday's game, I thought, against a really strong team. I thought that we probably let about 10 runs through in the field. Those runs wouldn't have been consequential for the result, but we really pride ourselves on our fielding, so hopefully we can put that up a notch today.
And any changes to your 11?
Yeah, 3 changes. So we've got Sabarish Ravichandran, Raya Sakarano and Miauchi resting, and we've got Ryan Drake, Munib Siddiq and Marcus Thurgate playing.
Well remembered, Kendall. Best of luck for today. China might have stepped out of frame, but it looks like Japan will be batting first. Oh no, China's back. There we go. Wei Guolei. Good luck for today.
Yeah.
Bowling first. Yeah. Happy?
Happy.
Fantastic. How's Hong Kong so far for you?
Sorry. Hong Kong so far?
Yeah, Xianggang 怎么样?
China, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Very good. I think, yeah.
I'm not surprised. So glad you're enjoying yourself in Hong Kong. 谢谢. Good luck. And now let's take a look at this pitch. It's Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground after all, but if we move down here, what you'll notice is not only do we have a little bit of greenery, we've also got some cracks emerging on this surface. So expect the slower bowlers to come into play, especially from this end. So many times we talk about that short straight boundary. That short straight boundary is still there, but I think you're better served hitting with the spin rather than hitting against the spin. And every chance we might once again see catching opportunities out in the deep. But I think it's a good toss to win for Japan. Win the toss, bat first, get another big total on the board. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Jay. Jay Dancing Honey. Out in the middle. Yes, sir. ये जो अपने पास कट पूरा रख लो अपने पास आ रही है
like a good easy flyer. Yes, good morning and welcome. Yes, good morning and welcome to Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground for the East Asia Cup Day 2, Game 3. Aaron Bush with you. It is China versus Japan. Not far away from game time now, 8 minutes to go. And we'll have a look at the teams. Some changes for both sides today. For China, the captain is still there, as you saw out at the toss if you're watching at 9:30. Wei Guo Lei in the side. Zhao playing again. Zhuang, Jilin, Tian, the man that got those 3 wickets in 4 balls against Hong Kong China. He's playing today. Chen with the left arm. Zhou, Chanqing Ma, Zhong, Luo, Zhang and Huang with the gloves on again today for China. And joining me in commentary, Jay Dancing Hani. Jay, you've got the Japanese lineup there, and there was a few changes mentioned at the toss.
Yeah, so 3 changes. Let's see if I remember this as well as Kendall Katawaki Fleming. You have Mio sitting out. Marcus Thurgate comes in to this 11 in his place. Munib Mia comes in place of Reo Sakurano Thomas, and they have one more change. Let me see if I can get this right. Ryan Drake into this 11 as well for Japan in place of someone.
The spinner.
There we go.
Ravichandran.
Yep, in place of Sabaurish Ravichandran. But yeah, that 11. Kendall Katawaki Fleming right up top. Koji Hargrave Abe, Charlie Hines, Kazuma Kato Stafford. 3 youngsters there. Ryan Drake, Marcus Thurgate, the former under-19 skipper. He's into the 11 today. Ibi Takahashi, Declan Suzuki McComb, fantastic towards the end of the innings yesterday. 45 not out off 23. Makoto Taniyama, Munib Mia, and the hard-hitting Loki Yamamoto Lake.
And if you're listening in and hearing crunching through the effects mics, that is Munib Mian doing some batting practice into the side screen right next to our microphones. Crunch, crunch, crunch. He's coming off the middle of the bat nicely. Looking forward to seeing him out in the middle. How far away? 6 minutes till game time. Jay, you had a chat to Kendall, and Japan, they're looking ready today, get their first win on the board. China also, of course, looking for their first win after Hong Kong China won both yesterday.
Yeah, he was pretty optimistic at the toss, Kendall, in spite of Hong Kong gunning down that target of 180 with 3.5 overs to spare. But I think that can happen when you've spent so much time on the road as well, as much time as Japan have spent on the road. A little bit of fatigue can start to set in. But it is something for them to look out for, because they couldn't defend 215 against Singapore last week. So that's definitely something that they have to work on.
You want some useless trivia from that game and yesterday's
I love miscellaneous trivia.
Right, so the captain, Kendall Katawaki Fleming, in both the game against Singapore and the game against Hong Kong China yesterday in the East Asia Cup, scored 78.
Mind blown emoji.
Maybe if he gets another 78 today, he gets his hat-trick of 78s. Umpires walking out to the middle today. We've got Jayanth Babu and Shelton de Cruz.
Yeah, good old JB's back. Yeah, I tell you what, we're blessed with a plethora of officials in Hong Kong. A lot of them are getting gigs at ACC and ICC tournaments as well. But still, we're able to find umpires who make themselves available, taking leave from work. It's not easy.
Yeah, it is a Thursday in Hong Kong. Some people still with some Chinese New Year leave up their sleeve. Not us, of course. All we've got up our sleeves is those nice red and gold jackets.
Oh, those red and gold jackets. Reversible.
Yeah, we learned that yesterday. We weren't aware. We started with the red, and then Mona told us you can turn them inside out and we'll wear a gold jacket. We might use the gold jackets for this afternoon. Jay was out in the middle in the red jacket today. You can hear Japan getting ready, and China also coming out to the field. They've been sent out there to bowl. Japan winning the toss, electing to bat.
And the openers for Japan. Same openers as yesterday. Kendall Kadawaki Fleming and Lockie Yamamoto Lake. Yeah, couldn't quite kick on yesterday, Yamamoto Lake. But he got that 6 away over deep square leg. I loved that shot from Yamamoto Lake. He's a genuine threat in the power play.
We did see Japan. They learnt very quickly. You can attack the short boundary here at Ting Kwong Road to the Argyle Street end. Unfortunately for Lachlan, he bashed one over the ropes and then bashed one straight to Azaz Khan, who caught it at mid-off.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Aaron? I was out there in the middle for the pitch report and I noticed a few cracks in the surface. Here, if you're bowling from the Argyle Street end. So in spite of the short boundaries, I wonder if it's worth just getting a spinner in from the other end. It looks like we're going to start off from the softball court end.
Yeah, there's a very big crack at that end for the batters batting down at the Argyle Street end. It's just outside the off stump. We saw it hit a couple of times in the game 2. Same pitch as yesterday. So once it hit that the crack, it just went so low and under the bat of Jamie Atkinson a couple of times, but he survived and went on to get player of the match. Now we're on to the third match of East Asia Cup 2024. We're going to get underway early again. I like how punctual we all are. With all the games getting underway just a bit earlier than expected. And it's the man who took that 3 wickets in 4 balls against Hong Kong China to open the bowling for China. It's Tian
Sen Chun. He's going to be bowling to Lockie Yamamoto Lake. Got 1 slip in position. I think that's a bare minimum. I'd be so tempted to get a second slip in.
Well, you got Martin Kutsia caught in slip. And a leg by, and then Nazako Khan caught. Jamie Atkinson's leg stump removed. It was a great spell.
Yeah, they did well, restricting Hong Kong China to 171. Love how they threw themselves around in the field as well. You can see that background in softball and baseball. It really does show up in this Chinese team. And it looks like we're all set for the first ball.
It's Tien to the captain, Fleming. That's Lockie on strike, I believe. It is. Just switch that arrow across.
Are you ready for more miscellaneous trivia?
Go for it.
Lockie Yamamoto Lake is part of a hip-hop rap group called BRB Monday.
Be right back Monday.
Yeah, there you go.
BRB. Oh, go check it out.
I told you it was random.
That was random. I like it. He's on strike. Using the bat instead of the microphone at the moment. Yamamoto Lake. Nice couple of balls off the middle of the bat for him to start with, but dot balls, good for China.
Tell you what, he's a very watchable player, Lockie Yamamoto Lake. Got very quick hands through the ball. Loves to whip the ball through the leg side. He's very quick at picking up length.
Tien again. Yamamoto back to the bowler, starting with 3 dots.
Yeah, picking up where he left off yesterday, Tien. I think Japan would have discussed this as well. One of the biggest threats, probably the biggest threat as far as this Chinese bowling lineup is concerned.
Comes down a little bit and gets the fresh airy, the first one of the day.
And again, nice and loud, this Chinese outfit. Not for the first time, threatening the outside edge, Tien.
We talked yesterday about the gap in rankings between Japan and Hong Kong, but really it's not as big as it says on paper. That's 30 places from 21st to 51st. And again, China now with a ranking of 79. These two teams are going to put on a good display today. It's Tien. He just drops it down at his feet this time, Lake. And starting 5 dot balls. That's what you like in T20 cricket, dot balls.
I think Japan know as well. If they weather this initial storm from Tien and Chiancheng Ma, then things will get a lot easier towards the end of that power play and in the last 15 overs of this innings.
Captain in slip, cheering on his bowler with 1 ball remaining in the first. Tries to go big on this one, gets it through the infield, work to do, cuts it off nicely, a little bit of a bobble, so they'll come back safely for 2.
I think there might have been a bit of a misfield there from that man at extra cover. And I'm being a bit harsh. Nonetheless, after the first over, it's 2 for no loss.
Yeah, there's a little bit of dew around on the ground, early morning start, 9 a.m. here in Hong Kong, the sun's shining. Saw a few droplets around near the pitch when I went out there earlier. Maybe the ball just a little bit slippery to begin with. And gets the first runs off the bat to Yamamoto Lake.
If you're just tuning in, the news from the middle. Japan, they won the toss and decided to bat first.
Ma Tianqing to open the bowling from the Argyle Street end.
Yeah, he's the top wicket taker for China in T20Is. Took 5 for 9 against Myanmar just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. That was the first win for China in men's T20 internationals.
Went wicketless yesterday against Hong Kong, China, but we'll be looking to get into the action early. He's got a slip in place as well. Captain on strike, Katawaki Fleming. A big 78 yesterday against Hong Kong. Can he back it up? Gets high up, punches it to point. Starts with another dot. 6 dots now in the bowling innings.
We spoke about this in yesterday's broadcast and we'll just reiterate that. Very little margin for error when you're bowling to Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Bowl a bit too full, he'll lift you over long off. Too short, he'll dispatch you into deep mid-wicket.
Ma again around the wicket. It's wide in the end. First extra in the books.
And he did this yesterday as well, Ma Chiancheng. And it's so important when you have someone like Tien going great guns from one end, threatening the outside edge, threatening the inside edge. At the very least, you bowl disciplined line and lengths. You don't want to be conceding too many extras.
Murray sets. That one is also a wide, work to do for umpire Babu.
Yeah, a bit of exercise there for Jayant Babu. 2 bonus runs as well for Japan. I like this field set as well. Have a short cover in place. Short extra cover, rather. Of course, you need 2 catching men in that first power play.
Ma with back-to-back wides. Going around the wicket at the moment to the left-hander. That's a better line. And they're going to get through for a quick single. Chance of a run-out. Gets through safely. Good throw, but somewhat dangerous with a 6-3 offside field. Lucky there was one of the 3 players on the leg side backing up.
Yeah, it's much better from Ma. That's the channel you want to be bowling in. around that fourth stump line. That doorway to departure, as Damien Fleming once said. I love that alliteration. Well done, Damien Fleming.
Ma over the wicket. Bat on ball again for Yamamoto Lake, but can't pierce the infield.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of Adit Gorawara, actually, Yamamoto Lake. The way he clips deliveries off his legs. Very different hairstyles, though. Yamamoto Lake with the long and curly.
Still 3 balls remaining in the second. Comes across, gets to the fall of the ball. It just dribbles out to point.
I think that's Chunjwo Yu over there at point. Yeah. He had an interesting day yesterday. Took a good catch out in the deep and then dropped another one that went up into the sun. Should have been wearing sunglasses, Chun.
I enjoyed him batting, though. He stayed out there and stuck it out, made sure that China batted out their full 20. We'll see him perhaps with the bat later on. As we get through this second over. Oh, he tried to go big on that one. Pushed it down leg. I think Lake missed out on that one, to be honest.
Yeah, you can see him just shadow batting, practicing that shot. And he loves that shot as well. We saw it both yesterday and also against Hong Kong in the Asian Games. He loves that square leg region. He doesn't bother keeping it on the ground either. He's a very, very good, very effective power play batter.
And that's the one, whipped away. That's going to go all the way over the ropes for 6. Just like yesterday, Yamamoto Lake bashing a maximum.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. He loves that deep square leg region. Does Lockie Yamamoto Lake. And he just shuffled across the stumps as well. Went with the angle. Easy pickings there. That's what happens when you bowl short and on his pads.
And that shadow batting worked, obviously. Missed out on the one wide. That one was going a bit towards the leg stump as well. Shuffled across, got onto it nicely. Ma needs to reset. 3 wides a maximum already this over with 1 ball remaining. And this time just delicately poked out to point for a dot. And 2 overs done. Good one for Japan. They're 12 for no loss.
Yeah, 10 off that over. So a much better one, that for Japan. I think from the other end with Tien bowling, we're going to see more of that cautious approach. Of course, if the ball's there to be hit, I think they're going to go after it.
We talked a lot about Tien's spell yesterday, getting all those wickets, but went a bit unsung yesterday. Was Deng in the team, bowled well, 4 overs, none for 32, but he's injured himself in the warm-up and is now missing from this side. He was due to play today, but he's had to go get some treatment. So that's one of their big prime bowlers missing for China today.
Yeah, that's a shame. Did pretty well in those middle overs at a time when Anshi Rath, Azaz Khan and Yasim were accelerating. That last over from Dung, though, just sort of spoiled his figures. There's no mean feat on that batting wicket going at 8 runs and over.
Anshuman Rath and Yasim Mirza can do that to your bowling figures quite regularly. We'll see perhaps both of them in action this afternoon in game 4. But continuing into the 3rd over, Tien back in. Goes around the wicket. Thought of a run, a slip in the field, that dewy outfield to begin with, but keeps it to a dot.
Yeah, we haven't seen any exaggerated movement as of yet compared to yesterday. But Tien, without a doubt in my mind, has been the standout new ball bowler at the East Asia Cup so far.
Only 2 off his first over. A dot to start with. Charges down the pitch. Will get it for a quick single. Decides not to pull the trigger and then a bit late throws it down to the keeper.
You know what? We've seen that already in these 2 days from Tien. It's not easy to charge down the track and hit him down the ground. Seems like someone who adjusts really, really well when he sees the batter coming.
That was a good adjustment. that could have easily been put into the softball ground. Said just a single. Brings Yamamoto Lake back on strike, who did go big last over. Comes down again, but just manages to push it to mid-on.
Really enjoying this contest between Tien and the Japanese batters. I gotta say, Tien Senchen, you've got at least one fan in Hong Kong, China, and he's sitting in the comm box.
I'll make that two. That was a great spell yesterday. Very happy to see him back out there for game 3. Looking to break this opening partnership. And that's crunched through the offside, though. That's going to go to the ropes. That suggests pulling up in the spongy outfield just inside the ropes. Flick back in. They'll come back for 3.
Yeah, good bit of running there from these Japanese batters. They've batted a lot together as well. Kendall Kadawaki Fleming and Lockie Yamamoto Lake. So they have great understanding between themselves. There was a nice shot as well from Yamamoto Lake. He got to the pitch of the ball, was playing close to the body. Could have had a boundary maybe if it wasn't for that overnight dew. But I think we're going to see that dew dry up very soon. It's scorching hot at TKRG.
Man out to the captain, Fleming. No slip in place. Gets a leading edge, driven nicely, in fact, in front of point. That might make it go to the rope. And very long boundary, but makes it all the way. 4 runs.
Yeah, beautiful timing on that. Kendall Kadawaki Fleming. Very similar to that shot that was played by Lockie Yamamoto Lake. Just a tad over pitch, but I love that. Just a check drive. Didn't look to overhit it. Played it nice and late. Got the timing, got the placement, and picked up his first boundary.
Well, we're talking up Tien's first over, going for just 2 runs. This one's gone for 8 already, with the ball remaining.
You see a change in field as well. A short extra cover coming in.
And finishes it with a dot. 3 overs done. Japan 20 for no loss.
Slow delivery, last ball of that over. That's what I'm talking about. He can find that natural movement with the new ball, but he's also got control, and he's got street smarts, does Tien. So I think without a doubt, the most well-rounded bowler in this Chinese lineup.
Ma Chen Cheng to continue from the Argyle Street end. First over going for 10. Like to peg that back. This opening partnership out to 20 already. Going to go over the wicket to Yamamoto Lake. Wide outside, chopped in the air. Is that out? Oh, it's been bobbled and dropped by Chen. He's not going to want to watch the replay on that one. That should have been the first wicket. Yamamoto Lake gets away with it, gets a single. He had to run back a little bit from his position, but it was in the air a long time. Not sure if he pivoted around and perhaps up in the sky looking towards the sun, but goes down and he moves into slip now. Kadawaki Fleming back on strike, so we go round the wicket. That's flicked beautifully in the air. Will it race away to the ropes as well? Yes, it will. That's absolutely beautifully timed. Kept it square, so the fine leg that was a little wide couldn't get anywhere near that to catch, and puts another boundary in the books. Straying down the leg side there, Ma, and got duly punished by Kadawaki Fleming, who moves to 10 now. He's got 2 boundaries, 4s to his name. Yamamoto Lake, the one maximum. Ma continues going around the wicket. That's a better delivery, but it's absolutely smoked, and it gets through the infield, but got some hand on it. Did well. That one crunched out of the middle as well, but the point fielder managing to get some body and hand on it. It was the captain, in fact, doing a captain's job. Wegwar Lay, and he switches to point on the other side for the right-handed Yamamoto Lake. Shuffles, flicks, 4. Just perfect timing. Shuffled across, got it right in the middle of the pads and whipped away through square leg for another boundary. Watch the replay on this one. Pretty to watch. It was angled in on the off stump, bit of shape in. The shape in just managed to help it on its way over to the Cricket Hong Kong staff tent. Working hard again over there, all the men and women of Cricket Hong Kong. 2 balls remaining. Better delivery, they're going to chance it for a quick single as well. Hard to get a run out direct hit with 1 stump to aim at, so they get 3 safely. 11 off 5. 1 ball remaining in the 4th. Can't say in the first 4 overs these 2 batters out in the middle for Japan have done much wrong, if anything wrong. Even the good deliveries on the stumps getting punished. Back around the wicket. Fleming comes down the pitch, crunches that straight over the sight screen. Maximum. Big hit to the short boundary, but he's cleared that sight screen by a metre or 2, and it's a very tall sight screen, I can assure you. It's next to us. That's the way to finish off the 4th. Japan moved to 37 for no loss. Around the wicket, shuffles down, it was outside off. He might have seen him coming, so tried to push it wide, but didn't matter. Big tall. Katawaki Fleming getting lots of bat on that. Crunching it over the sight screen for 6. Run rate now up to 9.3. They did this yesterday. They put 8 runs and over, basically. 9 runs and over. 179. And we did talk to the captain after the game yesterday, and he suggested that the bowling defending is the issue at the moment. They're working on that hard. Changing bowling from the softball ground end. The man that bobbled the catch. Chen into the attack. Bowled from the Argyle Street end yesterday. He's been throwing the ball from the softball ground end with the left arm. Starts with a dot. Chop down on again. They'll get through for the single. Won't pull the trigger on that one either. Get through safely. They're not putting a slip in place, but they're putting a player directly behind first slip, basically on the circle, just inside. Perhaps looking for that top edge. As the left arm, Chen will go over the wicket to the left-handed Katawaki Fleming. So at the end of last over, getting aggressive, already up to 17 with 2 4s and a 6. Went a bit faster, so just whipped onto the leg side behind square. Gets another single. Good over so far for China. Japan rotating the strike. If they're not going to get the boundaries off every ball, they will get the singles. They've pushed the deep mid-wicket back onto the ropes and tries to go quite large on that one. Blake just bottom edges it down into the turf. And that one is going to get through the infield for 4. Races back down to that Cricket Hong Kong staff tent. And Yamamoto Lake gets his first or second? First 4 of the game. Second 4, there we go. Scoring just updated. That's very nicely played. He knew straight the second he hit it, that one's going through the infield for 4. Short again on the offside. Work to do. They will cut this. They won't cut this one off. It bobbled, went through shin height. They'll get back for at least 2. And the start of a good over ends with 6 more runs added. 8 off that over, 5 done. Japan 45 for none, going at exactly 9 runs and over.
Much better start this for Japan. They were 22 for 2 against Hong Kong, China at the same stage yesterday. So they've got double the number of runs and they are yet to lose a wicket. And to make things better, they still have 1 over of the power play left. We have a change in bowling. It's the left armour, Zhong Yu Chao. Zhong Yu Chao got a bit of pace, doesn't he, the left armour? It's going to be a challenge. Mid-on, mid-off, up in the circle. Loves that drive, loves that lofted drive. Hasn't got all of it, but it's still going to run down towards deep point for 4. Bit fortuitous, perhaps, from Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Looked like he was trying to go a lot more straight towards that long off extra cover region. Yeah, pitched it up, found some movement. That shouldn't discourage the left armour too much. I tell you what, if he gets a similar delivery, Katawaki Fleming, he's going to go after it. Like that. Oh, just wide of that keeper. In fact, I think he got a glove on it. That does technically go down as a chance, but my word, it was a sharp chance. Oh, would have been the highlight of the day had he got there. So a fortuitous way to bring up their 50 in just 5.2 overs. The good news for Japan is both of these batters are flying high. 24 for Yamamoto Lake, 23 for Katawaki Fleming. 50 partnership for the opening wicket. Oh, good delivery. Found that movement back into Yamamoto Lake. Yeah, did well. Did really well. The left armour. I really like the look of this left armour. The quickest of China's bowlers. The quickest and the tallest of their seamers. That's short, bit of a top edge on that. Deep fine leg. Oh, it does well to contend with the spin over there. Only a single. He's creating some chances here, Zhong Yu Chao. So that's 3 false shots that he's induced in his first 4 deliveries. He's made a good start. Can he keep it up? Can he close out the power play with a wicket? Nope, that's not a wicket. That's gone all the way. Oh, that's out of the ground. 600 Hong Kong dollars is floating around somewhere in that housing society parking lot. Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Check this out. Dances down the track and bang. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if you're a golfer, Katawaki Fleming, but you would do a decent job out on the greens. Familiar sight, another change of ball. Yeah, I think that's at least $2,400 that we have lost because of Kendall Katawaki Fleming. But that's okay. He's worth every single dollar when he's in this type of form. 29 of 13 today. 12 off the over. Last ball of the power play. Watchfully played. Good over though for Japan. 12 runs off it. And after the first power play, it's 57 for none. Just a replay of that moment we were talking about just now from the left armour. Pitched it up, And it would have been a special catch behind the sticks. So it does technically go down as a drop. But I am being a little bit harsh when I say it's a drop catch. It was a fantastic effort from Huang behind the stumps. Too short. Oh, bit of a misfield. Wei Guolei, the skipper. Yeah, he's been in the firing line there. What that does is it brings Katawaki back. Katawaki Fleming, I beg your pardon, back on strike. I love that. I love that. Deep square leg was coming into the circle. And Yu Chao said, nah, mate, drop back. Play and a miss. Good delivery. Chen Zhuoyu. It's a good contest. This between Chen and these Japanese batters. Pushed. Ooh, bit of a misfield off his own bowling. Yeah, he's not too happy with himself. Left arm spinner just off screen. He was down on his haunches. That's the thing as a bowler. At the very least, you need to stop runs off your own bowling. Oh, you see Zhou over there, a bit of a fly slip. Not too often we see that fielding position. Yeah, what an interesting fielding position that was. A deep fly slip. You don't see that too often these days. But a good over so far. 3 runs off it, 2 balls left. Driven down to long off. And statistically speaking, in T20I cricket, the 2 least expensive overs tend to be the first over and the 7th over. So we're seeing that statistic play out once again today. Yamamoto Lake. Can't beat mid-wicket. Good over from Chen Zhuoyu. Just 4 runs off it. Japan, after 7, are 61 for none. If you're just joining us, it's the Japanese who won the toss and decided to have a bat first. It's been a good decision so far for the Japanese. But I'm loving this contest between the left armour and Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Zhong Yu Chao in for another over. Oh, a bit of a false start. He'll have to load up again. Long on, long off, both back on the boundary. Long off a little bit wide. Oh, full toss. I hope he's okay. Yeah, it struck him in the midsection there. Ooh, yeah. Just striking him below the waist there, below the hip, in fact. We're lucky to get away with that, the left armour. Again down the track, and you guessed it again. Out of the ground. Jayant Babu gets his hands up. Another half a dozen for Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Oh, in fact, I think we've got the ball back. Fantastic. Look at this again. Charges down the track and bang. Yeah, I don't think he meant to get it that leg side. But it's a short boundary. He's got the power. Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Everything he touches recently has been turning to gold. I think I see Aaron Bush scrambling to check out these Kendall Katawaki Fleming career stats. He's gone past 56s now. Ooh, wide delivery down the leg side. Yeah, 51 sixes in his T20I career now. Look at that, it's only taken him 22 games. So he hits more than 2 sixes a game on average. No six there, good delivery. Found the block hole from around the wicket. There's very little you can do with that. That's the kind of form he is, Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Even the good deliveries, he's squeezing it away for one. It's so hard to keep him quiet when he's in this type of form. Yeah, one does not simply bowl a dot ball to Katawaki Fleming. I'm not going to lie, amidst all this carnage, I've forgotten Lockie Yamamoto Lake, he's still out there. Ooh, mistimed. But for the Chinese at this stage, as much as possible, you want Yamamoto Lake on strike. Much rather be bowling to the right-hander than the Japanese skipper. Ooh, tries to go leg side. Misses out on that. Just a little bit too wide there. Yes, Dong Yu Chao, an interesting first 10 balls for him. He's creating some chances. He's also run into a man in red-hot form. I think what he's trying to do is just keep it as straight as possible. 4 fielders on the leg, 5 on the off. No single there. He's going at a run a ball now, Yamamoto Lake. But one thing I've noticed about him in a fairly young international career so far is he does tend to just slow down after the power play. Doesn't slow down there. Look at that. That's raced off the bat and gone all the way. Yamamoto Lake with his second maximum. What a way to close out a very expensive over. 15 runs off that. Check this out. Too short. Too easy. Beautiful extension of the arms. And it was 6 from the moment it left the bat. This is a scary start here for the Japanese. After 8 overs, there's 76 for none. Another look at that moment. Kendall Katawaki Fleming could have been out of the ground. Luckily, we got it back. Luo Shi-lin into the attack for the first time today. Luo Shi-lin. Driven down to long off. Welcome back, Aaron Bush.
I've been off doing my stats as you suggested. And Lachlan, Yamamoto Lake, he's well above his average of 19 and a bit. And after yesterday's 78, back-to-back 78s for Katawaki Fleming, his average is now over 40. So he's not quite got to his average yet.
That's down to deep fine leg. Scurries around and keeps it down to 2. Yeah, he's had a few deliveries like that, Yamamoto Lake, just drifting down the leg side. This time gets some bat on it.
He's missed out on a couple going down the leg, but that one hit fine enough. Got a couple in the books and moves along to 35.
It's coming around the wicket to the right-hander. It's tucked away, straight to mid-wicket. Aaron, it looks like these two have decided. we're gonna bat time. We're here for a big innings.
Well, I've got another interesting stat to give you after this delivery. No, and walks away, so I can. Maybe he did that so I could do the stat. These two out in the middle have played exactly the same amount of T20s together. So I don't know if they played all 21 games together, but they've both played 21. This is their 22nd game, and looking very comfortable together out in the middle.
Oh, this time no bat on it. Yeah, they've both played 21 T20Is before today, and that is also the exact number that Japan have played. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, they featured in every single Japanese lineup so far in their careers. Just getting a bit frustrated here, Yamamoto Lake. That can happen sometimes. Yeah, it looks like he's going a little bit too hard. Lockie. Good over though. Just 4 runs off it, 2 balls left. Slowed it up, and that's driven to long off.
Yeah, good over so far. 1 ball remaining. Just what have we got off this over so far? 5.
Last ball coming up. Oh, does well. Digs it in. Finds that Yorker length. Just 5 off the over. After 9, they're going at exactly 9 runs and over. Japan 81 for none.
They went at a tick under 9 and over yesterday. 179. So similar track, but lost no wickets. So they're going to really be able to swing the bat hard into the second 10 overs coming up after the drinks break, which will be after this over. 21 games for Japan so far. 21 games for each of these two out in the middle, and Lachlan Yamamoto Lake is 21 years old. All the 21s. Except for this is now their 22nd game, and he's still half a year away from his 22nd birthday. So that's ruined that stat, but we've got a change in bowling from the Argyle Street end.
It's Zhou Q. Zhou Q into the 11 today. One of the changes for the Chinese. Certainly my first chance getting a look at Zhou Q. Yamamoto Lake on strike. Lets that go. Gets a handy extra run. That's the 7th wide that China have bowled so far today. Make that 8 wides.
A couple of looseners for Zhou, starting from the Argyle Street end, pushing him very wide outside off.
That's pushed down the ground. This is the first time that Zhou Q is bowling in T20I cricket. He's yet to score a run in his T20I career, yet to take a wicket, but still very early days. Just his 5th match of his career. Oh no, Zhou! That's gone all the way! Smashed into the side screen. Kendall Kadawaki Fleming moves on to 45.
And on the replay, a big rank full toss from Zhou. And the left-hander on strike this time. The line was okay, but too much air.
Swept. It's racing down to deep fine leg. Is anyone going to cut that off? Yeah, it does well, that man in the deep, despite a tumble. Just a single there. 46 now off 24. Three balls left now. Ooh, just wide of that mid-wicket fielder. It's running down to the boundary and splits that gap between those two fielders. Yeah, another boundary in this over. 14 runs off it so far. Still 2 balls left.
Runs aplenty for Japan as they move towards the 3-figure mark, and they're doing it in boundaries, whether over the rope or rolling to the rope. That one smashed through mid-wicket. Couldn't be cut off by the two fielders converging. They've got players out there.
Lets it go. Another wide delivery. And with that boundary, now both batters have moved into the 40s. Yamamoto Lake, 41 off 34. 46 for Fleming. Ooh, can't take advantage of that full toss. It's all about those psychological targets, isn't it? Japan, they'll want to get up to 200 or more. Brilliant, lucky Yamamoto Lake. Oh, I think there was a mosquito around him. Swatted away that mosquito. And he swatted that down the ground, but there's cover in the deep. It's only a single. He's going to retain strike and move on to 42. At the halfway mark, Japan, 97 for none.
Have a quick look at the match summary so far as we take the drinks break here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. It's been all Japan as the captain, Kadawaki Fleming, moving on to 46 off just 24. That's above his average now of 41. And Yamamoto Lake averaging 19 before this game, 42 not out off 36. Hard work out there for the China bowlers. Used 4 so far, and all going for at least 5 and over. As the teams out of the middle take a drink break, we'll take a quick drinks break and be back with the second 10 overs of this batting innings for Japan, who won the toss and elected to bat in Game 3 of the 2024 East Asia Cup. Welcome back to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. It's the East Asia Cup 2024. Aaron Bush with you, taking you through the next 5 overs of this Game 3. It is Japan v China. Japan won the toss, elected to bat, and they've batted well so far. 97 on the board, going at 9.7, no wickets lost. Been a handful of chances. Not many though, and there's been some big hitting as well. 6 sixes so far in the innings. Lower Shalin bowled a pretty tidy over considering how much everybody else was going for. Just the 5 runs off his first over, bowling from the softball ground and round the wicket. Almost takes out his captain. Yamamoto's crunched that down to the side screen. Will only get the single. Evasive action by Kendall. Didn't see one hit anybody yesterday, but we did see that rare crunch back to the bowler, hand off the bowler and run out with one of the batters backing up. That was Martin Kutsia run out. That was against Japan yesterday. Katawaki Fleming scored 78 in both of his last two T20Is. Once against Singapore, once against Hong Kong, China. And tries to go big on that one and just doesn't get any of it really. Comes down. Just, huge inside edge onto his pads. Survives. Another dot. Full. Gets through the bowler there, but it'll just be a single. Another tidy over so far from Shalin. Yamamoto Lake back on strike. These two having a race to their half century. Comes down, then has to chop it out. Came too far down, but got plenty on it. Long off doing the work. And a nice throw in from the field. That brings up the 100 for Japan. They've done it inside 11 overs, lost no wickets. 100 for none. Shuffles down again. This time, Katawaki Fleming can only push it to extra cover. Good over. Second over for Shalin. Just 3 runs this time. 11 done. Japan exactly 100. Eleven overs done. Japan 100 on the board. Zhao to bowl from the Argyle Street end. And that one's crunched. One bounce over the rope for 4. Splits the field nicely. We're going to have a pitch side interview. Jay Dancing Honey on the ropes, and he's going to be having a chat to Japanese player Marcus Thurgate.
Thank you so much, Aaron. I've got Marcus Thurgate, former under-19 skipper for Japan, with me. Marcus, happy with the start so far?
Yeah, very happy. I'm not long on now, which is making me pretty nervous, but yeah, none for 100 odd, so yeah, I'll take it every day of the week.
And of course, nice to see you in the 11 today. Making your T20I debut as well, Marcus.
Yeah, it's been a while since I last played for Japan. It was before the T20I days, so it's technically my T20I debut. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And tell me more about, the under-19 youth pathway. You were the former skipper, of course, and we have a lot of youngsters like Charlie Hines as well in this lineup. Just talk to me more about the pathway and these young players coming in.
Yeah, so back home in Japan, we've got a cricket blast system, which is a basically under-12 softball competitions, which yeah, and that sort of goes into under-15s and 19s back home, and we've got like a base of basically under-12s, under-15, under-19 competitions, which is pretty strong. That's been happening for over a decade now, so that's a solid junior cricket base there. And then we've got the overseas-based players. Obviously, they half Japanese boys, mostly grown up in Australia with Japanese parents, and they play their cricket. So they had a bit of a overseas experience and class. So it's a good mix of the Japan-based players and overseas-based players.
Yeah, no doubt. And of course, you are Thurgate. We're safe. We're okay. It seems like every ball is coming down here ever since we started this interview.
It's not the best over to do it, to be honest.
But like I was saying, You know, your father, Chris, as well. Not only is he a board member, he's also a match official in Japan. Just talk to me more about the Third Gates. How long have you guys been in Japan?
Yeah, so there's 5 of us. So my dad's he's an ICC umpire too, so he'll do the ICC tournaments every now and then. My mum used to manage the women's team, actually. So there's me.
You got a brother as well, right?
And I've got Ashley Thurgate, who's my younger brother, who was also part of the under-19s, but he's also played in the he's part of the school now too. So, and there's another younger brother who used to play cricket but doesn't play anymore. So
Fantastic.
5 of us, yeah.
Look at that. One of the royal cricketing families
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Japanese cricket, it
Yeah.
seems. But no, just coming back to this game, you're going at around 10 and over. What sort of target are you guys looking at?
I don't know, the way they're going, we haven't lost a wicket yet, so definitely over that 200, 220, maybe even like close to 240, I reckon, will be, to boost that run rate too. So yeah, something around that, I reckon.
Yeah, and you got, I think, 179 against Hong Kong, China yesterday. It wasn't quite enough.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think went wrong yesterday, whether it was with the bat or in the field?
I think we batted pretty well. Against a strong side, we probably didn't need like that 200 mark, especially on this ground. But yeah, I think there was, every now and then there was the misfield. We didn't take we didn't take those little opportunities that we could have. So yeah, and then you don't want to give good players too many opportunities. So we just have to be a bit more switched on with the field, and we should be right.
Yeah, no doubt. And lastly, as we take another look, just to make sure we're still safe. You know, personally for you in this team lineup today, do you have a defined role with the bat? Any defined?
I think I'm in as a keeper, as far as I know. So basically wicket keeping. I'll probably bat around 7, 8, just to hopefully I get a bat. I mean, I'm not going to get a bat the way they're going, but just to finish it off.
Enjoying the hospitality and food in Hong Kong?
It's been good, yeah. I had some nice spicy noodles the other day, which is what I came here for. So yeah, it's been good.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Marcus. Back to you, Aaron Bush.
Thanks, Jay and Marcus. A great interview there on the sidelines. Dodging 4s, dodging 6s. While they were chatting, Lachlan Yamamoto Lake not only brought up his half century, he's brought up his highest score ever in T20s. Previous highest score of 60. He's on 66. He hit 21 runs off that previous over as Jay and Marcus were dodging balls going everywhere. And now, taking a back seat, the captain hasn't quite got to his 50 because it's all been the Yamamoto Lake show. He moves to 48. So far another very tidy over from Shalin. Pick of the bowlers today. Been hard to get away, only in singles and dots. I say that, and he gets absolutely crunched over the ropes for 6. Commentators curse. Apologies, Shalin. First maximum off your bowling. As we start to push into these later overs, we're going to see a lot more big hitting with 10 wickets in hand for Japan. Again, Yamamoto Lake moves across his stumps, puts it over the rope, moves to 72 off 48. Strike rate of exactly 150. Faster this time for Shalin, and he gets the dot. Back to usual programming for him. Rounds out the over. 8 runs coming from it. 13 done. Japan 129, going at 9.9 and over. We saw the previous over get punished for 21 runs. That was bowling from the Argyle Street end. And an interesting little stat, if you remember at the beginning of the bowling innings, they opened the bowling, China, from the softball ground end, which means the death over, the 20th over, will end up being bowled to the shorter boundaried Argyle Street end. Will we see fireworks in the 20th? We're going to move into the 14th now. Already plenty of fireworks. 9 maximums, 8 fours in this 129 run partnership. As I said, the captain, Karawaki Fleming's just been the sideshow for a couple of overs. He's on 48. Just faced the 29 deliveries. Full toss, over waist height, no ball, and Out of the ground. That's the way to bring up your half century, Captain Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Another maximum. That's his 5th. And he moves to 54. He's just asked the umpire, surely that was above waist height. And Kendall, I can assure you the umpire's arm, Shelton de Cruz, was out before that ball had landed. That went a long, long way. So a free hit coming up with a new ball. There's the signal from umpire Babu. Free hit. He's gone 78 in the last 2 games. He's up to 54 not out already. Oh, great delivery for the free hit. Zheng into the attack for the first time today. That's been lofted. That'll be another maximum. Just a matter of whether it stays in the ground. It does not. That's another lost ball. A big over so far for Japan as they push now towards the 150 mark inside 14. This one was in the slot, and we know how much good form Fleming's in at the moment, so that was easy pickings. Lofted over, long off. Out of the ground. More balls required. Reserve umpire John Prakash getting a lot of work today. Thought he might have been spending most of the morning in the scorer's booth, but he's been in and out on a regular basis. Lost count of how many balls Katawaki Fleming has lost in his first 2 games here at the East Asia Cup. Full toss. That's been swatted for 6. Did stay under waist height this time, so no ball, but 7.66. The only decent delivery so far this over from Zheng is the free hit ball. Everything else has gone over the rope.
Yeah, Aaron, I'm going to chip in with a random stat. He hit 5 6s and an over against Indonesia in 2022. I jinxed him, of course.
Yep, just a single. It's a good stat. These two ploughing on, race to who can get to the century at this point. Yamamoto had most of the strike for his 72. He was on 44 when you started that interview with Marcus Thurgate, and he hit 21 runs while you guys were ducking and weaving, trying not to get hit by the cricket ball. Another full toss, and has it got enough on it? Yes, it does. Clears the rope by 10 metres. Still a ball remaining. We've had 4 maximums off this over so far. Won't be the 5-1 batter. The 150 comes up in style. Zheng struggling to get on the pitch at the moment. Just too full for 2 batters in a mood. That's shorter. That could be a catch, actually. It's going to... Yes! No. Went over through the hands, over the boundary for 6. So 5 maximums in that over. A huge over for Japan. 31 runs plus the no ball. 32 in total off the 14th, and Japan moved to 161 for no loss. Overcompensated there, Zheng, for the full tosses. Banging it in short. Yamamoto Lake enjoyed that one as well. He moves to 84 off 51. Remembering his highest score ever in T20s in his 22 matches now. 21 before this was 60. He's very much surpassed that. See the Japanese dugout. They'd be very happy with where we're at. We heard Marcus talking. Didn't seem to know if he was going to have the wicketkeeper gloves on or not, but I think he will. I'll see him out there in the middle at this moment. We probably won't see him with the bat. And it's so great for the East Asia Cup. We're getting access to all the top players from Japan, China and Hong Kong here on the Cricket Hong Kong broadcast. Opening bowler, Tian back into the attack. He was tidy in his first 2, just went for the 5 runs. Japan now going at 11.5. And charges down. How did that not roll onto the stumps? Again, gets the bottom edge, charges down, and it's just... Oh, I'm not even sure it had enough momentum to knock the bails off, but it dribbled past his leg stump. Survives that one, but a dot ball in the books as well. Good one for Tien. Be a good little battle, this one, between Katawaki Fleming and Tien. That's pushed onto the pads, though. They'll keep it to a single. Yamamoto Lake back on strike. Both these players now have 7 maximums to their name. Yamamoto Lake leading the fours tally. He's got 5 fours. Fleming with 3. Winds up on that one. Can he pick the gap? He does beautifully. 2 out on the rope there for that shot. 1 at square leg, 1 at a wideish deep fine leg. And he picked the gap between them both beautifully. Puts on his 6th 4 of the innings. He moves to lucky 88. The 2 8s. Double his shirt number of 44. Over the wicket for Tien. That one's being crunched. He's aimed it at the family and friends tent. They all got up. Bit shocked. Where's that one going to land? Over the rope. Another maximum. The family and friends of the touring Japan team all down there underneath the Cricket Hong Kong tents. They had to scatter. Lockie's crunched one. Catch that one, Mum and Dad. It goes into the tents. And he is 1 more maximum away from his first T20 century. Scored 3 50s before today. Is that the maximum? Is that the maximum that brings up the century? It is! You can hear the dugout applaud. Lachlan Yamamoto Lake. 100 of 54 deliveries. 6 4s, 9 6s. His first T20I century. And he's done it rapidly. 4.66 this over. Strike rate of 185, just a tick below what Katawaki Fleming is going at. Don't know if he hits another 6, he tries to go the long boundary. This one's not going to make the distance. It luckily falls short of long off. Long boundary. Didn't get all over it. Gets a single down the other end. 15 overs done. Japan 179 for no loss.
Absolutely incredible hitting. This from Lockie Yamamoto Lake. At one stage he was 27 off 27. His next 28 balls, he smashed 74 runs. That is absolutely insane. Japan's previous highest total in T20I cricket, or their current highest total in T20I cricket, is 218 for 8 against South Korea at the Men's East Asia Pacific Sub-Regional Qualifier B in 2022. They only need 40 more runs to pass that Japanese record. They have 10 wickets in hand. 101 off 55. And he's not done yet. Bang, down the ground. Oh, misfielded there, long off. He wasn't sure. Should I go for the catch? Should I hang back? I think he should have gone for the catch. That can happen sometimes when you're in 2 minds. But it's another boundary for the dangerous right-hander. This time down the ground, got a friendly full toss. Dispatched it. See him with that leg side stance. Now just straightening up that stance. Again down the ground. Oh, again through the hands. That's another boundary for Loki Yamamoto Lake. And with that boundary, he moves on to 109, and that's 500 career T20I runs for Loki Yamamoto Lake. Only the second Japanese player to bring up the 500 run milestone in T20Is. That's how he got there. Again, bit of a misfield down the ground. Second player to reach 500 runs in this format for Japan after, you guessed it, Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Oh, a bit of an appeal there. I think sliding down the leg side. And tell you what, if he let that go, if it didn't hit him on the leg, the back leg, would have been a wide delivery. Interesting. Bang! That's over my head. That's out of the ground again. Loki Yamamoto Lake. He's in a special mood today. 10 maximums now. And look at that, he moves on to 115. Records continue to tumble here at TKRG. This is the highest individual score for Japan in T20I cricket. Beating, of course, Kendall Katawaki Fleming's century in 2022. It's down the ground. They're going to get through for a single, unless it's a direct hit. Yeah, you can see the previous highest score for Japan in this format was 114 for Kendall Katawaki Fleming against South Korea. What an absolute pleasure it's been commentating on this scintillating century. Bang! You know where it's gone. It's gone over the rope again. This time over long on. I'm running out of superlatives. 74 off 37 and 200 up with 4 overs to go. It was a massive over there for Japan. Yeah, look at that, 21 runs coming off the 16th over. Absolute carnage at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. The highest total for Japan, like I said, was 218 against South Korea at that East Asia Pacific Sub-Regional Qualifier B back in 2022. And by all accounts, it looks like they're going to go well past that. Wasp sitting at 244. With all due respect, Wasp, I disagree with you. I think 250, 260, maybe 270 is on. Luo coming around the wicket. It's a good delivery. Still squeezed away to extra cover for a single. Chen Zhuo-yu, good throw from him, the left arm spinner. Kendall Katawaki Fleming with 23 balls left in this innings. If he can farm a decent amount of the strike, he too can reach triple figures. We have 2 long offs in position. Whipped, long on, with a lot of work to do. Can he get around? Yeah, does really well. Does really well. Saves 2 runs there for his team. In fact, it's long on and long off in position, and we have a mid-off to support that long off fielder. Mid-off now moves to mid-on. We have 3 fielders down the ground. Whipped into the leg side. Deep mid-wicket, gets an awkward bounce, but again does well. Chen Zhuo-yu had a lot of work to do in the deep. So comparatively speaking, a decent over this for Japan. China, I beg your pardon. Just 4 runs off it. Comes around the wicket again. Full toss. Ooh, run out chance maybe, but a bit of a fumble there. Looks like the skipper, Wei Guolei. Got to give Sherlin some credit here. 3.4 overs, none for 21. The pick of the bowlers so far for China. Can he close things out with a wicket? Oh, that's not a wicket. That's the opposite of a wicket. That's gone all the way for 6. Kendall Katawaki Fleming. That's his 9th maximum now. Moves into the 80s. What I love about this, the use of the feet, but didn't look to overhit the ball there. He's such a good timer of the ball, isn't he? He's got the wherewithal to work away the good deliveries for a single. So an expensive end to an otherwise good spell from Sherlin. 4 overs, none for 28. But 12 runs off that over. After 17, it's 212 for no loss. They need 7 more runs to go past that Japanese record. Bowling the 18th over. We have a change in bowling. It's Ma Chen-chung. Ma Chen-chung. He's got long on and long off, back on the rope. He's got Kendall Katawaki Fleming to contend with. That's drilled. Just a single down to that long on fielder. Can he get to his century? He needs 15 more runs. There's 17 legal deliveries left in this innings. Yamamoto Lake, he's enjoyed most of the strike here for Japan. And he's been just as merciless as his skipper. That's in the air. This could be the first wicket. No, it's gone down. Yeah, it was a tough one for Luo. A low catch. Not the easiest opportunity there for Luo. He's having a tough day down there at long on, long off throughout the day. He's been tested on a regular basis. It can happen sometimes when it's just not your day. Those catches, they don't stick. A very optimistic appeal. Sounded like a very thick inside edge on that. But an important dot ball here for the Chinese. Coming around the wicket. Yeah, good line there. Good line. Tucked him up as well. There was very little that he could have done with that. Bang! It's high. It's long. It's very long. I don't think that's out of the ground, or it might be. But more importantly, Kendall Katawaki Fleming moves into the 90s with his 10th maximum. And again, you can see moving down the track, turning that into a half volley. That's what I love about Kendall Katawaki Fleming. He's so proactive. It looks like we have gotten the ball back. Even if the ball is not quite there to be hit, picks up length so quickly, and he dances down the track. Drilled through the offside. Well done, Chen Zhuo-yu. Bit of a bobble there. He stopped 2 runs though in the deep. And this now is the highest T20I score for Japan. So a Japanese record, and they still have 13 balls left in this innings. 250 definitely on. Kendall Katawaki Fleming on 93. He's going to keep the strike. He moves on to 94. End of another good over. 11 runs off it. After 18, it's 223 for none. Look at that, a partnership of 223 in 18 overs, a run rate of 12.39. They've been absolutely merciless so far today. Lockie Yamamoto Lake and Kendall Karawaki Fleming. A punishing opening stand here from two of Japan's finest. Tian Sanchun, 3 overs, none for 28. China's best bowler of the series. Can he pick up their first wicket? Cover. We'll keep it down to 1. No, in fact, a bit of a misfield. So Kendall's going to get back on strike. He's on 96 now. A boundary here will take him to his century. That would be his second century in T20I cricket. How far is this going to go? Is he going to go straight? Smashed. Long off should cut it off. Oh, a bit of a bobble. They're going to come back for a second again. So after that dot, a pair of 2s. 4 off the over, 3 balls left. Karawaki Fleming on 98 of 48. Down the ground, he's called for 2. Are they going to come back for it? Yes, they are! Yes, they are! And they make it in! Kendall, you've done it again! His second century in T20I cricket. The Japanese skipper leading from the front, reaching 100 in just 49 deliveries with 10 maximums and 3 4s. An innings of the highest order yet again from the Japanese skipper. Incredible from the left-hander. A strike rate in excess of 200. And he's still there. Bang! Classic Kendall Karawaki Fleming. That's not a 2, that's not a single. It's half a dozen more for the merciless left-hander. 11 sixes now. Bang, look at that. Yeah, it looks like he's done in his back there. Kendall Karawaki Fleming. Mate, don't retire hurt now. We want to see you. We want to see you not just for the rest of this innings. We wish we had 30 overs, 40 overs to continue seeing you in action. What an entertaining knock. Yeah, in fact, it looks like Kendall Karawaki Fleming is considering, should I retire hurt? No, Kendall, if you can hear me, go back. Yeah, he's in 2 minds, he's in 2 minds. Come on, mate, get back there. Give the crowd what they want. 235 for none. 8 balls left in this innings. And we see Wataru Miyauchi. He's on the bench today, running the drinks here for Japan. Yeah, he's ready to go. A sip of cold water. I'm going to get back out there. 11 maximums now for Kendall. Lockie, he's got 10 maximums. 21 sixes in the first 18.4 overs. You've got to be kidding me. Where's this going? Oh, mishit that for a change. Bit of an anticlimax. Just a single there for Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Smashed down the ground. It should only be one. And yes, it is. But this now is the highest opening partnership in the history of men's T20 international cricket. Yet another record tumbles here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground. A big shout out to Saad and the production crew for noticing that record and pointing it out to us. Nonetheless, at the end of the 19th over, it's 237 for none. Chen Zhuoyu, the left arm spinner, is going to be bowling the very last over. Lockie Yamamoto Lake on 120. Oh, swing and a miss. It's a wide delivery as well. It's running down to deep third, and it gets to the boundary. Just to add insult to injury here for the Chinese. That's 5 bonus runs. Still 6 balls left in this innings. Seakeeper Huang as well, hands on his head. It's been a tough day at the office for the Chinese. Fired in. Oh, deep mid-wicket. You don't stand a chance. That sails over the boundary yet again. How many more sixes are we going to see today? The score moves on to 258. Here's Lockie with his 11th six. He loves that deep mid-wicket, deep square leg region. Back live, that's been mishit. Down to Luo. So just one there. My word, Japan. A huge statement of intent. They're playing that afternoon game against Hong Kong, China. Tell you what, if you're the home side, watch out. Mishit. Short fine leg. Ooh, no direct hit there. And it's 250 up as well for the Japanese. 250. They haven't lost a single wicket. And they've still got 3 balls left to play with. Bang goes Lockie. All the way goes Lockie Yamamoto Lake. That's a dozen maximums now for the right-hander. And he's absolutely deflated the Chinese with this onslaught. Look at that. Dragged it from outside off. Didn't bother looking at it. He knew it was 6. Yeah, some real Andre Fletcher swag with that. Just dismissed it from his presence. Moves on to 133. 19 off the over. 19 off the over. 20 off the over now. He's done well, that fielder in the deep. Keeping it down to just 1. But Kendall Katawaki Fleming has got the pleasure of facing the last ball. Fired in. This could be the first wicket. Now it's been mishit, so it's only a single. And imagine that, they remain unbeaten. Japan take a bow. They finish on 258 for none after 20 overs. A handshake, an embrace, a pat on the back. Kendall Katawaki Fleming, Lockie Yamamoto Lake, you've been absolutely brilliant today. Yeah, they're a little worse for wear. They're a bit tired after that mammoth opening stand, but they've broken so many records. This is the highest team total for Japan in men's T20Is. It's also the highest opening partnership in the history of men's T20I cricket. The men of the moment, Katawaki, Fleming and Yamamoto Lake. You can see they're getting a standing ovation from that Japanese dugout. A very, very special effort. Make no mistake about that. What a pleasure it's been having the Japanese down here in Hong Kong, China. And they're proving why. They're proving why they're a team to watch out for in years to come. Ah, that bowling card for China. Look at that wickets column. There's nothing in that wickets column. But still, Tian Senchun did well. None for 42 in his 4 overs. Shi Lin as well, keeping the runs down. Just 28 in his 4 overs. But everyone else, very, very expensive. Jung conceding 32 in his solitary over.
Maybe from that 30 yards.
And look at that batting card. Only 2 names worth paying attention to. Right up top, Lockie Yamamoto Lake, 134 of 68. At one stage, he was 27 off 27. His next 41 balls, he hammered 107 runs. Incredible. Katawaki Fleming, 109 off 53. Absolute carnage here at the Tin Kwong Road Recreation Ground after Japan won the toss and elected to bat. But I tell you what, can't wait for the second innings. China, still a new team in T20I cricket. It's an opportunity for them to grow and get better. Don't go too far. In around 6 or 7 minutes, we'll be back with you for the second half of this game.
I'll get them in the game, Arrogant.
Sorry?
I'll get them in the game.
Yeah. Yo. Nice. Yo.
Yeah. Feels better.
Nice.
Bit lazy.
Yeah. That looked good. Nice. Was it stuck?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that was it. Thank you.
Yep. Keep the bonus.
Welcome back to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Aaron Bush with you for Game 3 of the East Asia Cup, Japan versus China. And if you're just joining us, have a look at that score on the screen by Japan. 258-run opening partnership between the captain, Kendall Katawaki Fleming. He got 109, and Lachlan Yamamoto Lake, 134. As the umpires head out to the middle, I can tell you it's now officially in ESPN Crick Info. That is the highest opening partnership ever in a T20 international match. 258, Japan v China. It surpasses the previous one of 236. That was Afghanistan versus Ireland in 2019. Massive total for the opening partnership for Japan, 258 on the back of Kendall and Lachlan. So they've got 9 very fresh players to come out on the field. No other batters having to walk out in the middle. China with a mammoth task in front of them. Yesterday in their 20 overs against Hong Kong, China, 48 for 8. It is a batter's pitch. But that doesn't excuse that massive score. Kendall Katawaki Fleming, the captain, 109 on 53 deliveries, a 205.66 strike rate with 3 fours, 11 sixes. I think 11 sixes is a lot. Lachlan Yamamoto Lake, 134 off 68 at 197 strike rate, 8 fours and 12 sixes. 23 sixes in the 20 overs. And now Japan are going to come out with the ball. They're going to start from the Argyle Street end. The captain for Japan coming out, Wei Guo-lei. Joining him, the keeper, Huang. Will be the captain on strike. Wei, slip in place already. And it will be Suzuki Mako to open the bowling from the Argyle Street end for Japan. A big win here for Japan. If they manage to roll Hong Kong, China, the home team this afternoon, they'll go top of the table for the East Asia Cup. This is going to be a net run rate boost if they can restrict China to a similar score that Hong Kong did yesterday. First off, Declan Suzuki Mako. He's on screen there. I've been somewhat reliably informed that Ryan Drake might open the bowling from the softball ground end, but we'll get through the first over. Suzuki to Wei. No appeal from the bowler, just behind the stumps. Watch on the replay. And going down leg, maybe an inside edge as well. Over the wicket again. And this one, the fresh air, swing and a miss. 2 slips in place for just that sort of stroke, getting the edge. Got some good movement away there, Suzuki Mako. And again, beats the outside edge. Well, he puts his hand up, showing the movement. And yes, good delivery. Good start. 3 dot balls. Building the pressure on these opening batters for China. Shuffles down the pitch. This time plays over the top of it. A bit of aggression, trying to negate that swing and movement away from the captain, Wei Guo-lei. I'm sure the target for Japan will be to try to bowl China out. Then Hong Kong China couldn't yesterday. Again down the pitch and goes big over the infield. How big? 4 runs, 1 bounce over the rope. That's the way to get off the mark for the captain, Wake Warley. Had a couple of siders at it, a couple of fresh air shots, and that one there out of the middle, clearing the infield. Standard kind of field for Japan, different to the one they set up against Hong Kong. They got the deep third outside the rope, and they have a deep square leg, but that one went flying through mid-wicket. Back live, tries it again, misses all of it, but 4 runs, good runs on the board for China after 1 over. Again gets it to move away, starting it wider outside off that one. Declan can't find the edge. Well, it's not going to be Drake from the softball ground end. Kato Stafford will open the bowling for Japan with the longer boundary protection. Left arm over. The keeper Huang on strike now, face his first delivery of the batting innings. Starts it wide and it stays wide and it's called wide. Huang Top scored yesterday against Hong Kong. 10 off 30 deliveries. Is out there for the most balls faced as well. Did a good job opening the batting with the captain. This one better line, big inside edge. He's going to get a boundary to start with. Not as classy as Way's first 4, but they all count. That one races to the boundary near our commentary position. Lucks of fortune for Huang on his first delivery, second delivery, first legal delivery. Gets away with it. That one straight down leg. And a wide too far outside off, and that one down the leg side. Another extra in the books. 6 runs off 1 legal delivery this over. All good runs for China. It's a good batting track. Know that. World record opening partnership for Japan in the first innings. And bat on ball this time. He wants a single. Huang goes down the pitch, but Wei sends him back. Gets back safely. We can look at the YouTube comments from back during the Japanese batting innings. One of the comments from Drew, absolute carnage in Ting Kwong. Sums it up perfectly. Now China still in the bat. Bowled. First wicket. Takes the off stump. Got an inside edge to get his first runs, but then misses that one, goes through the gate, and the first wicket falls for China. They're 10 for 1. Very good delivery. He's had a couple of wides with the left arm. This one he gets perfect. Straight through the gate, middle stump, off stump. Split the middle. And Huang has to depart on 4. Yesterday, coming in at number 3 was Deng Jinqi, but he is out injured. So coming in his role at number 3 will be Zheng Shenzhen. Sentient just the single yesterday, 1 run, but he didn't come at number 3 yesterday. Came in at number 7. Been promoted up the order. Oh, he backed away from that one and left his stumps open, but passes safely outside the off stump. Shaped away in the end. One had straightened. It would have been the second wicket. Kazuma, Kato Stafford. 2 balls remaining in his first over. Successful one already. Backed away this time. Big top edge. Going to clear the infield. Going to be these first runs off the bat. 1 bounce. Picks up. Thought about a second. No second to be had. Gets the run. Gets off strike. Brings the captain, Wei Guo Lei, back to face the final delivery of the second. See on screen, Japan winning the toss, electing to bat. Good decision it was. That's well played by Wei. Comes forward, gets bat right tucked into the pad. Dot ball to end with. A replay of the wicket coming up. First wicket for China to fall. Huang. Beautiful delivery from Kato Stafford. Straight through the gate. Started on leg, moved away to off and middle. Through the bat and pad of Huang. And the defence of 258 begins for Japan with the first wicket. Wasn't the first over, wasn't the second over, but the third over will be Ryan Drake bowling from the Argyle Street end. Jang on strike. It's quick, cuts him in half. Bit of a fumble. Lets them get through for a bye. Well, that moved a long way. No wonder Thurgate had trouble and it fell short of him. See how far down leg he was to get behind that ball. Did well to stop it. Just the bye. Huge movement in from Ryan Drake on the first delivery. Wei Guo Lei back on strike now. And he's gone big again, but it's not big enough. Is it going to be caught? Just outside the diving hand. It's the captain. That wasn't far away from falling into the clutches. It was actually the opening bowler, Declan Suzuki McComb, diving backwards. Guay survives. Got a couple on the books, comes down again. This time Drake pushes it too far outside the tram line for a wide. You can see good attack from Wei Guo Lei. He's trying to get to the pitch of the ball, negate any movement in or away from his bat. That one skied a bit too high, but it survived to get that 2 runs. Again comes down the pitch. This one inside the tram lines for a dot. So the intent's good from Wei, but he's charging down straight as the ball's moving away from him. So we're seeing a few of the fresh air shots. I should do a quick shout out to Ryan Drake's dad. I was having a chat to him in that last 5 overs of the batting spell. And he went out down onto Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground and retrieved one of the sixes that left the ground for us, saving us that 600 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you to Ryan's dad. That one's chipped high in the air. It's good. It's got a lot of bat on it. It's enough to get to the ropes. Another boundary. That was a good stroke. Had the wideish deep third, but he's managed to hit it between him and point. Couldn't cut it off. That stance way outside off. Shuffles across the wrists. Whips it behind point for 4. Diving effort. Can't save it in the end. Again, shuffles down. A good Yorker ball from Drake. Good comeback delivery and direct hit. They might get overthrows here. It's not going to go all the way down to the rope, but they're going to come back for 3, is it? Is it just the 2? Yep, 2. Fielding his own bowling there, Ryan Drake. His arm was too good. Hit the pegs and scurried down towards the softball ground end. More good runs for Wake Wale. One ball remaining in the third. This time it's a dot, stands up to it. And after 3, 10 coming from it. China 21 for 1, requiring another 238 runs for victory. Good little partnership forming here between Wake Wale and Jiang. 11 runs off 9 deliveries. Jiang on 2. Obviously most of that coming from the bat of the captain, Wake Wale. We're going to have another change in bowling. Rotating through the bowlers. Could be Charlie Hines. Get the binoculars out. It is Charlie Hines having a bowl from the softball ground end. So 4 overs, 4 different bowlers so far for Japan. Perhaps a little bit of experimenting going on as well. Know that 258 is probably a bridge too far for China. Around the wicket, yet another left armour. And I just recall now, it was Charlie Hines yesterday in the game against Hong Kong China that managed to find that crack just in front of the bat increase to the outside off, and it skids through if you can find it. Almost got Jamie Atkinson a couple of times. And that left arm around the wicket, he's honing in on that crack just in front of where Thurgood is standing. Oh, he chops it onto the pads. Another good ball, another dot ball. Have to go through and check. There's an extraordinary amount of left armers playing in this East Asia Cup. Good to see. My favourite kind of bowler. They're going to get through for a single. Oh, a direct hit would have been probably out. And they get through safely. Brings way back on strike. There's an appeal for LBW from the bowler Hines. Didn't get a lot of support from the rest of the team. Dragging down the leg, but did stay low. And a very tidy over, just 1 run coming from it in the 4th. China 22 for 1. Looks like Japan's going to go to slow bowlers from both ends as the keeper, Marcus Thurgate, who we had a nice chat to on the broadcast in the batting innings. Said he was going to come in at number 7. But no, sorry, he's put the helmet away, so the quicks continue. Just switching between the two. Kato Stafford, the wicket taker for Japan so far, switching ends. Bowled from the softball ground end first. Now he's going to attack from the Argyle Street end. 1 over 1 for 7. Zheng on strike. Goes big. Has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. He gets a boundary. See on the replay. Through the leg side. Gave himself plenty of room. Beat the fielder out at deep square leg. Tack from Zheng now. We've seen it from Wei Guo Lei. And that's Zheng's first boundary. Kazuma Kato Stafford with the left arm. Gets that dot ball. And Jay Downsinghani joining us in the commentary again. I was just mentioning, Jay, we'll have to try to figure out the number on how many left-handed, left-arm bowlers there is in this competition, because there is a lot. I've never seen so many left-armers bowl from all the sides.
Yeah, we got one from China. Got Kato Stafford in action right now. DJ Rao, we saw him yesterday making his T20I debut.
Kato again. Gets that dot ball, hits the ground. Also Charlie Hines with the left arm. Yasin Murtaza. It's a plethora.
Yeah, I'm being told actually it's Charlie Hines.
Hines?
Yeah, and not Hines. Yeah, 15 years old though. What a
wow.
bright future he has, yeah.
I didn't realise he was that young. That was a great over he just bowled from the softball ground end.
The things I was doing when I was 15 years old. Tell you what, I wasn't representing my country, that's for sure.
Bangs it in short this time, Kato. Gets that dot ball. I'll tell you, at 15 I was retiring from cricket. I had enough. Played under 15s and that was enough. Certainly wasn't representing any team internationally. Now I'm going to step out of the commentary position after these last two balls, Jay, but I just see up on the screen that you got to call the last 5 overs of the world record highest opening partnership ever in a T20 international.
It was a half-decent total.
That's being kind. Kato, again, Fuller this time. Gets a good bat on it, Zhang, but can't beat the infield on that one.
I think that might be Taniyama over there. That extra cover. It's a packed cover region, isn't it? They've been a lot better today. China batting with a lot more intent. 26 for 1 with 1 ball left in the 5th over. A bit impressed so far with the Chinese.
Here comes that delivery from Kato, puts it in short, it's chopped in the air, is it going to be a wicket? He gets his second! And China lose their second. They're 26 for 2.
I've done it again. I've done it again, Aaron Bush. But this time, just couldn't get the elevation on that. I think he was trying to lift that over backward point. Nonetheless, it's another wicket for the left armour. Picked up his maiden wicket just a few minutes ago, and he doubles up. An easy catch there for that backward point fielder.
Well, you said you jinxed him, but you also said it was a packed offside field, so you get the commentator's call on that one. And with that, I'm going to leave you for the next 5 overs. Jay Downsinghani taking you through to the drinks break.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Just 1 over left now in the power play. Shenjian Zheng gone for 6. But the important thing for the Chinese is Wei Guo Lei their best batter and skipper. He's still out there in the middle on 10 of 14. Zhuang Zilin, the new batter at the crease, but he's at the non-striker's end. It's Hins to continue. Charlie Hins. Oh, nearly took a blinder there. It was in and out. A sharp return catch. It did well to get down low. I thought it stuck for a moment, but just bobbled out. Did well. Drag that a bit wider of off stump. It can be tough to get those away as a batter. You have to fetch it from outside off. Flatter, faster, straight to Suzuki McComb at backward point. Interesting field set as well. Kendall Kadawaki Fleming at a silly mid-on. Turns it into a full toss. It's gone high. It's cleared that man. And a couple of bounces into the rope. Another boundary here for Wei Guo Lei, his third of the innings. Moves on to 16. Score now 30 for 2. 1 ball left in the power play. This is his third boundary. Turned it into a full toss. It didn't exactly come off the middle of the bat, but he knew that man was up in the circle, and he targeted that straight boundary. He's looking leg side now. Last ball of the power play. Short, smashed, dismissed from the Chinese skipper. His fourth boundary, he moves on to a runner ball 20. At the end of the power play, China, they're making an impression. 34 for 2. And we spoke about this yesterday as well. Without doubt, their biggest threat with the bat, Wei Guo Lei. Yeah, a little bit of a Loki Yamamoto Lake in that stance. Starts with a very open stance and then gets square on at the point of delivery. I just love those hands through the ball. Very quick hands. That's what allows him to generate that power. Tossed up, driven down the ground, takes it on the bounce, Ibi Takahashi. The new bowler at the crease is Koji Hardgrave Abe. Down the ground. Is this going to clear the man? Just about. Look at that, China. They keep going at the Japanese. That's the first 6 of the innings and the first 6 of the Men's East Asia Cup for China. Wei Guo Lei again. We're back live. Much better, much better. Hardgrave Abe. That's where you've got to be bowling, especially with these short, straight boundaries. Bowl in the slot, you will suffer a lot. In the slot, in the air. Declan Suzuki McComb makes no mistake. So it was bright and breezy there from Wei Guolei, but he departs for 26. 3 wickets down now. China 41 for 3. Good comeback as well from Hardgrave Abe. He said if you bowl full, you've got to get it as close to the block hole as possible. That's exactly what he did. Hey, maybe he's got a live feed to our commentary. Perhaps he listened to my advice. I'm taking too much credit for that. Koji Hardgrave Abe. Good comeback from him. And congratulations to Hardgrave Abe, picking up his maiden T20I wicket. His first over for Japan in T20Is, and, well, strikes on his 4th ball. That's not a bad start. It's getting a bit windy now. My notes are blowing all over the place. Tossed up nice and wide. Ibi Takahashi again gets that long barrier out. It's off the mark, 10. Tossed up, mistimed. Well done, Hardgrave Abe, a wicket in his first over. And after 7, they're going at exactly a run a ball. China 42 for 3. Change in bowling, a bit of leg spin. Here's Makoto Taniyama. Top wicket taker and top run scorer in the 2018 iteration of the Men's East Asia Cup. I believe the only leg spinner in this Japanese lineup today. Sabaurish Ravichandran, of course, rested. One of 3 changes for Japan. See Marcus Thurgate as well behind the sticks for the Japanese. Didn't get a bat today, just like the rest of that Japanese dugout. See that target of 259. That's because Kendall, Kadawaki, Fleming, and Lachlan Yamamoto Lake went absolutely insane. Oh, it's a bit too short there. Lucky to get away with that. I think Tien was just fooled by how slow that came onto the bat. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. I think after the departure of Wei Guolei, we're going to see a slowdown in the run rate for the Chinese. Yeah, it's good to see Wei Guolei today getting some runs under his belt. See him as well in his media interactions. He's growing in confidence. Reverse sweep! Ah, Tian Sanchun. I don't mind the intent at all. Yeah, I wonder if he's been practicing that in those net sessions. It's guided into the offside. Shout of keeper, keeper. They would have made it in. Brings Derlin back on strike. Oh, it goes big and he loses his leg stump. Makoto Taniyama with the other one. picks up his first wicket of the day. It's been a good over. That dot ball pressure, I suspect, has led to the false shot. 4th wicket down now for China. Zerlin, he was trying to go big, completely missed it on that occasion. And after 7.5 overs, Japan 43 for 4. Zerlin walks back to the dugout for 1. And walking in at number 6 is the hard-hitting left-hander, Chen Zhuoyu.
Another left-arm bowler. We've got to really write them all down. There's a lot of them, Jay. And the wicket's falling. Japan got 4 down now. I went off and did some more research, Jay. 258 was the 11th highest T20I score ever. So it's the highest ever opening partnership and the 11th highest score ever in a T20I.
Having a shocker in the comm box. Keep knocking things over here. Good end to a very good over. Successful one for Japan. 1 run off it and the wicket of Zerlin. After 8, it's 43 for 4. Change of bowling again. Just the 1 over. Just the 1 over for Hardgrave Abe. He's out of the attack. And Munib Mia into the attack for the first time today. See a fielder as well dropping back onto the boundary. He's at a deep extra cover now. That's a good start. Right on the money. I think Japan have done their homework after that game against Hong Kong, China yesterday. They know, especially bowling from this end, you cannot afford to bowl in the slot. You got to nail those Yorkers. Mia again. It's going to be close. Yeah, they've done well there. Nice early call there from Zhuoyu. Still on. Yet to get off the mark, the left-hander. Already seen Aaron. Likes to have a go, doesn't he, the left-hander?
Only faced 1 ball against Hong Kong yesterday. Exactly the same score as he's on at the moment. Sorry, that's this game. He did have a go yesterday, didn't he? I was enjoying watching his batting. 7 off 21. Until he was run out in the end.
Ooh, full toss. And he gets off the mark. Chen Zhuoyu. It's Lucky Yamamoto Lake, the headline act, who keeps it down to a single at deep cover. Yeah, shot of the man. Incredible moment for him in his career. His first T20I century. Pulled. Hasn't got it. Top edge should be taken. And I think that's Hinz at mid-wicket, who makes no mistake. Yeah, the 15-year-old latches onto that. And now the Chinese have lost half their side.
Yep, big top edge. Tried to go big, but unfortunately went straight up in the air, and Hinz got underneath it. The youngster, easy catch. But never easy when the pressure's on and everyone's staring. It's coming down from a great height, but made no mistake. And the 5th wicket falls. They're tumbling now.
Yeah, 10. Gone for 3. So the innings just falling apart a bit, especially after the departure of Captain Wei Guolei. With the Chinese batting with more intent today than they did yesterday. What I liked, though, about that Chinese innings yesterday is they played out the full 20 overs. They spent some time out in the middle. I think that time in the middle, it's showing. You can see that it's definitely paid off for the Chinese.
I've got some more stats for you after this delivery, Jay. So many stats coming from this game. Records tumbling. Highest ever opening partnership in a T20I between Lake and Fleming.
Ooh, he's beaten the bat. He's beaten the bat there, but come to think of it, I think he just withdrew his bat. As the left armour, and also bats left-handed. Yu Chao, the new man at the crease. Good start. Manib Mia, can he close it out? Again, this time he beats the bat. Good end to the over, just 2 runs off it. And a wicket of Tien.
Shaping back inside, started it right on that tram line, didn't get the edge. Survives, China 45 for 5. Now Jay, my stats, if Japan were to get the next 5 wickets within 6 runs, it'd be the 3rd largest victory in a T20I.
Loving it, loving it.
I'll keep an eye on it. If they get past that mark, there's a pretty big gap down to the 4th place, which is Malaysia, with the 4th highest victory in T20s. 194 run victory over Thailand. That was back in last year, October 2, 2023. Anyway, we're continuing from the softball ground end.
I should remember that. I was covering that game. Oh, nearly bowled him there. It kept a bit low. Waiting for the call from the umpire. Yeah, just 1 run. It's going to be byes as well. Yeah, so close to the leg stump, Aaron.
Just scraped through. Everybody missed it. Get through for a bye. Survives. That was close.
Yeah, that brings Yu Chao on strike, yet to get off the mark. Oh, wow, that's a generous amount of flight. Yeah, a la Jeremy Snape, that moon ball from Taniyama.
That one went up, dropped as well. I thought it was going to be a full toss out of the hand. Dropped right down in that Yorker length. Good delivery in the end.
Swept, big appeal. Yeah, maybe just going down leg there from Taniyama.
Peel came from behind the stumps first. Secondary idea from that pitch to hit him outside the line.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I'm not an umpire, Aaron. Sitting at a bit of an angle, though.
We certainly are.
It's coming out of the hand nicely here for Taniyama. It's good length and line to be bowling. I like the pace that he's bowling with as well, Makoto Taniyama. If you want to go big, you've got to create your own power, your own pace. Like that. It's not going to travel to the boundary, though. Pulls out the long barrier. It's only a single. Japan scored 48 yesterday. They've already reached that mark today. Did I say Japan? I meant China.
That's bowled him.
Yeah, around his legs. Not to be today for Yu Chao. 6th wicket down. Another wicket for Makoto Taniyama. And at the halfway mark, China rather, 48 for 6.
Wants the wicket straight around him. Middle stump in the end. I was just pulling up Yu Chao's runs from yesterday. He was 5 not out in the end. Batted out the innings, but not today. 6 down. That is drinks here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Japan versus China. If you just joined us recently, China 48 for 6. They're chasing down a mammoth total. The opening batters for Japan putting on 258. They did not lose a wicket in their 20 overs. World record highest opening partnership in a T20 international between Yamamoto Lake and the captain, Kendall. Fleming, both getting centuries, obviously, as they put on that mammoth total. And at the drinks break, 4 wickets in hand for China, 4 more wickets for Japan to get their first victory in the East Asia Cup. Join us on the other side of the drinks break. Welcome back to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Game 3 of the East Asia Cup for 2024. Aaron Bush with you. Drinks break over. China are 6 down. Ryan Drake coming back into the attack. Japan trying to do something that Hong Kong China couldn't achieve yesterday, and that's bowl out the China batters. They got 6 in the first session. 10 overs to get the next 4 wickets. And runs off the bat here. Chen, I've liked the look of him. I like it when he bowls and I like when he bats. He's pretty handy in the field as well. Took a catch yesterday. Ended up being run out yesterday. They couldn't get him bowled or caught. And just checking, he was run out on the last ball, so that doesn't even count. He ran himself out trying to get an extra run. 7 off 21 yesterday. And today he's 3 off 5. And that brings Ma on strike. Face his first delivery. The last wicket fell right at drinks. Drake went for 10 in his first over. Good full length and well played from Ma. Punched it down to mid-off. Still getting the field set here, Drake. Pushing mid-on back to long-on near our commentary position. Also got a wideish fine leg on the ropes and deep square. Also a deep cover. That one's a dot ball. Goes through to the keeper. It's a good over, this one from Drake so far. Bangs that one a bit shorter. Same result. Getting good line, keeping it outside off. They want to get runs. They're going to have to attack. Maybe get the wicket. Also a bit of shape away there from Drake off the seam. Big shouldered arms from Ma. Wasn't going anywhere near that one. Right on the toes this time and played well. Hit hard. Is it going to go all the way? No, it's going to get a cut-off. Sliding effort in the outfield. Great effort. Keeps it to 2. Great shot. And that was Mien doing the work in the outfield. And was hit very well. Timed perfectly. Deserved a boundary, but in the end, the fielding from Japan and Mien keeps it to a 2. And that brings up the 50 for China. They've scored more today than they did yesterday against Hong Kong, China. They'll be looking to bat out these 20 overs as well, just as they did against Hong Kong. Obviously, Japan has other ideas. We'll finish this one off. Well, that's going to be a no ball. Wide, sorry. Well over the top of the head. Banged that in very short. It's the one over the shoulder warning from umpire Babu. Pretty sure Ryan knows that and just kept on walking. He's got a bit of a smile on his face. He knows he put that one just a little bit short. And be honest, Ma's not the tallest player out there either, so that flew a long way over his head. That's better, and that's cut away to point. Bit of a fumble, but no damage done. Keeps it to a dot. End of the over, 4 coming from it. China are 52 for 6. Going back to the slow bowling now for Japan as Thurgate switches into the helmet. They've got a few options, so we'll just wait to see who gets given the pill. Makoto Tanayama looks like going to bowl from the softball ground end. 2 overs so far, 2 for 3. Why wouldn't you throw him the pill? 2 for 3. Gets a few more wickets, he might challenge for player of the match. There's those 2 century makers in the batting innings. Chen on strike, 3 off 5. See if he attacks. Taniyama. He tries, gets down on one knee, but didn't get much of it. Starts with a dot. You can certainly see the intent from Chen Zhou. That time it's in the air, and that time it's out. 3 wickets for Taniyama, and the 7th wicket falls for China. They're 52 for 7. Watch the replay here. He's tried to hit that well outside. Gone across the body. Catch taken by Ryan Drake. Just lurking there. Mid-wicket. Hit it straight to him. Took a good catch. Taniyama now has 3 for 3. Maybe he will challenge for player of the match. Not sure how the scoring works for all that. Probably needs the next 3 wickets and a bit more. Zhao Tin Le to the crease for China. Taniyama with another wicket in his 3rd over. And a good delivery. Ends up on the offside for the right-hander. Floats it up there, gets down on one knee. Zhao just around the corner. Zhou and Zhao out there for China. Zhou on strike now, number 77. 2 off 5 so far. Floater tries to go long. It's quite straight, so 1 bounce, 2 bounces down to long on. Gets through for the single. Shorter, faster, and he just pokes it out to cover. Ryan Drake, the man taking the catch in that over. Fields it up, 12 overs done. China 54 for 7. Pace again from the Argyle Street end. Manib Mia into the attack for Japan. Back into the attack. Well, 1 over, 1 for 2. Drags that one down leg side. Now the extra into the books. Zoe on strike, 3 from 6 now. Try to push these Japanese players to bowl out their full 20. China wants to get through the next 8 overs without losing the 3 wickets. And that's nicely played off the pads. It'll only be the single. Yamamoto Lake doing the work out at deep square leg. Zhao on strike. Short, top edge. This could be a catch. It might be a caught and bowled in the end. It just flies over the top of Manib's head. Bit of confusion on whose call it was to take the catch. Zhao survives, gets the single. It's a good delivery, fast, short. And Zhao swinging at it. Zhao on strike again. That's a short one. He swings at it. One over the shoulder. Good delivery. Legal delivery. Dot ball delivery. And that one's pushed down leg. Sema. Another wide push down leg. A few extras coming this over. This one gets it on the pads, gets it finer. Still only a single. A good stroke, good running. Keeping the runs ticking over. 50. 60 now on the board for China. Still 2 balls, legal balls remaining in this, the 13th. And it's another wide, and he's getting angry with himself. Almost got a wicket. Now the wides are rolling. That one's better. Yorker length. Picked off. Another single. Good running between these two out in the middle. Zhao and Zhou. Handy little 10-run partnership now between these two out in the middle. Frustrating the Japan side. Oh, it's popped up in the air and good fielding. Koji Abe with the one hand. Dot to finish the 13th. China 62 for 7. Might be getting a little frustrating for the Japan side out there now. Trying to find a wicket. The youngster, Hins, the left arm. Mate, he could get a caught and bowled there. Popped back up, but just falling short. He's been unlucky not to get a wicket so far. Charles Hins. 2 overs, none for 9. Now 2.1 overs, none for 9. Put one down off his own bowling. That one almost went back to him as well. Big inside edge behind square. Get a single. So on strike, he pushes that one deliberately behind square this time. We'll get through for another single. Dealing in singles, but that's okay. There might be an overthrow here. It's not going to be a single, it's going to be 2. Getting a bit tired, a little sloppy in the field. The throw, wild throw in from the deep. Cost Hins another run. Keeps Zhou on strike. That's a full toss. Just a single. Came off the bat, missed out there, and I think that was the exasperated cry. Full toss down leg. This one's better. That's an appeal and out. He was the only one to appeal. Hins put both hands up, appealed on by Sheldon de Cruz, and he said yes. That is hitting the stumps. LBW, 8th wicket falls for China. Eighth wicket to fall. Hins gets his first wicket. The youngster, 15 years of age. And that has pepped up the Japan side. They're getting a little frustrated not being able to get the wicket. But eventually gets the LBW. Zhao Tianlei, LBW to Hins for 4. Joel still out there on 8. Joining him, we'll get some confirmation on who's come to the crease. It could be Ma. Hins. And another one wrapped on the pads. No. Gets off strike. It was Ma facing that delivery. End of the over. A successful one for Japan and Charles Hins. China 67 for 8. 6 overs remaining. Can they get these final 2 wickets? Can Zhou and Ma out there in the middle survive the next 6 overs and get China through to their full 20 overs allotted? Caddo Stafford coming back into the attack, using the paces from the Argyle Street end. This is a clever plan. It's what Hong Kong China does. Unless Ehsan Khan gets the ball, then he has a go from down this end. But most bowlers that bowl from the Argyle Street end are the quicks to protect this short boundary down to the commentary position. Ma will be on strike. Caddo Stafford 2 overs, 2 for 11 so far. And the left armour over the wicket. Starts with a wide. I'm talking about records falling and the like, and China has survived and won't overtake Malaysia with that largest victory against Thailand. That record has passed. Just 191 runs in front now, Japan. Get these next 2 wickets, they'll have the 5th largest victory. And yes, Joel wanted it. Ma was a bit slow, but Joel scampers through quickly, rotates the strike. Ma gets off the mark. China's 2nd highest scorer now. Joel back on strike on 8. Staying over the wicket. Caddo Stafford. Slower ball there. Watched it well under the bat. Gets another single. Moves to 9. Score moves to 70. Caddo Stafford again, steaming in hard, bounces it in short. Gets the dot ball and doesn't tempt Ma into the stroke.
I've been impressed with the left armour so far today. Picked up his maiden wicket, then he doubled up. It's a good performance. He's bowled with accuracy, decent pace as well. Kazuma Kato Stafford. Another one of those youngsters who's come through that age group pathway for Japan.
Fuller this time. Keeps it out, Ma. No run on offer though.
I like that big grunt at the point of release from Kato Stafford.
Caddo Stafford is having a birthday shortly. What's the date today, Joe?
That is a good question.
The
Must be
18th?
the 15th.
15th. He's having a birthday in 11 days. He'll turn 17 on the 26th of February.
Oh my God, 16 years old. If you can bowl like that, got a bright future.
A couple of youngsters doing the job for Japan. And does he get the wicket? Turn around. I can't see. I'm blinded. Of course he does. A slower delivery again, I think, there from Kato, and gets the off stump and gets the wicket. The 9th wicket falls for China.
Yeah, once again showing that he's got more than just pace and energy at the crease. He's got street smarts as well. Kato Stafford. Very good change-up. It deceived the Chinese batter there. It's the end of Ma's day with the bat. 9 wickets down now. Just one more wicket for Japan to take. It's going to be a big, big win here for the Japanese. From China's perspective, if they can get to 79, that would be their 2nd highest total in T20I cricket. Their highest, of course, was 128 against Myanmar. Quite recently, in fact. Yeah, just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago at the ACC Men's Challenger Cup. So that's the thing, China. Well, everyone's got to start from somewhere. What I like about this Chinese team is they've made a noticeable improvement compared to yesterday, batting with a lot more intent. They're going to have better days than yesterday. They're going to have better days than today as well. But encouraging signs here from the Chinese.
Kato Stafford, 1 ball remaining in his 3rd. He's got a 3 for now, 3 for 14. And he's got the chance to get the final wicket. And it's a no ball because he's hit the stumps with his hand as he bowled it.
Yeah, I think that's also going to be a free hit. The Stephen Finn rule. Stephen Finn no ball rule.
There's the free hit signal. No chance for Kato to get the final wicket. With the final ball of his 3rd over. Still got 3 for 15 so far. That's going to go up in the air. It's probably going to get caught, but they'll get through for a single. One of those no ball catches we see quite often. And that is the end of the 15th over. China 72 for 9.
Yeah, Aaron, I tell you what, you did a good job remembering that that was a free hit. I was about to celebrate. Well, not celebrate, but call the end of the game. Yeah, Kato Stafford. If he picked up the 4th wicket, his 4th wicket in that over, it would have been the 3rd best bowling figures for Japan in men's T20Is. Not to be, though. Every chance. The new bowler at the crease, Munib Mia, back for another over. Every chance he could take the winning wicket here for Japan. 72 for 9 after 15. It's going to be a convincing loss, this. Rather a convincing victory for Japan. Let's be positive. Chinese. They've done well to improve on that total from yesterday. It's about those mini milestones. Can they bat out their overs? Maybe get up to 90 or 100. Nice and straight from Munib Mia. It's quite warm here at TKRG. The weather's drying up a bit as well. Every chance. There's every chance I sneeze in a second or two. Oh, in the air, nearly carried. Munib Mia. Could have picked up his 2nd wicket there. I think you might have picked that up on the effects mic as well. Very violent sneeze. Oh, nasty. Got it up nice and high, bent the back. Yeah, very awkward height. Luo Shelin had a lot of work to do at long on and long off earlier today. Yeah, they kept him very busy. In the air. Ooh, again, there's nobody there. It lands in no man's land yet again. But Japan showing that they've worked on their change-ups. That slow delivery out of the back of the hand, maybe. He was through the shot a bit too early there. Luo. Off a thick inside edge. Early call of 2. Yes, no, maybe. No harm done though. But it's good to see China. They still have some energy between the sticks. Without a doubt, they're looking to bat out these overs. But it's not just about blocking. They're batting with intent. It's down the leg side. They're going to get a bonus run here. Score now moves on to 74. It's been a decent day out though for Manib Mia. 1 for 12. 1 ball left in his 3rd over. Ooh, swing and a miss. Good end to the over from Manib. After 16, it's 74 for 9. And if you like what you've heard so far on this broadcast and you're listening on YouTube, hit that bell icon. And every time we go live in Hong Kong, China, you'll be the first to find out. And of course, do follow Cricket Hong Kong China across our social media channels on X, Facebook, and Instagram. If you like what you've heard from me, you can always catch me on X at jdancinghani and on Instagram at jdancinghanicoms. I thought that was a wasp for a minute. It's just a butterfly flying around the commentary enclosure. Change in bowling. Here's Ibi Takahashi. He's got a short extra cover in place. Oh, that's down the leg side. You're not going to take wickets like that. He scampered through for a single as well. Score now moves on to 76. Ooh, hands on his head. Tends to keep it nice and straight, Ibi Takahashi. More often than not attacking the stumps. He's got a good arm ball as well. Nice and slow, but dragged into the leg side. Good work. Yeah, I think that might be. It might be Hardgrave Abe down there. Yeah, I think it is. Another one of those Japanese teenagers. Dragged. Ooh, he's looking a bit gingerly there, Kendall Karawaki Fleming. I don't blame him after that century. I hope he's okay. I hope he's nice and fit for that afternoon clash, that marquee clash with Hong Kong, China. Oh, and he's bowled him. That's it. That's the game. Ibi Takahashi finishes things off. And China all out for 77 with 3.1 overs to spare in their 20-over quota. A very polished performance from Japan. A performance highlighted by twin centuries right up top from Lockie Yamamoto Lake and Kendall Karawaki Fleming. And the bowlers as well for Japan doing a very, very good job. There's the winning moment right through the gate. As easy as pie. And In fact, showing 78 all out for China, so that equals their second best total in T20I cricket. Handshakes all around. Love the improvement for China as a batting unit today. They were much, much better batting with intent. So good to see the East Asia Cup back in Hong Kong after 5.5 years. Once again, this competition, this game being played in great spirits between both these sides. They shared the wickets around, didn't they, Japan? 3 wickets for Kazuma Kato Stafford, the left armour, and 3 wickets for Makoto Taniyama. 2 very different bowlers. You have one left-arm teenager, and you have another veteran leg spinner in Taniyama. They were both fantastic. A wicket for Charlie Hinds. Koji Hardgrave Abe picked up his maiden wicket as well. Ibi Takahashi, just the 5 balls for him, but he cleaned up that final wicket. Do stick around. We're going to have that presentation ceremony coming up pretty soon, where Aaron Bush will be speaking to Kendall Kadawaki Fleming, the winning captain. There's every chance Kendall might also take home the Player of the Match award. Look at that, my leg's getting in a bit of a tangle here in the comm box. We have a lot of wires. Aaron Bush, someone should have taken a behind the scenes capture of that moment. But look, at the end of the day, it's been some very entertaining cricket here at the East Asia Cup. It's only going to get better. We have that marquee clash, Japan versus Hong Kong, China, coming up once again for you in the afternoon. A rematch of yesterday, where Hong Kong, China, they gunned down a target of 180 in just 16.1 overs. I swear I can hear that wasp circling somewhere over here. But the great thing for China, they were able to score their second highest men's total in men's T20I cricket. So good job, China, and fantastic work from Japan as well. Kendall Kadawaki Fleming, Lachlan Yamamoto Lake scoring the highest first wicket stand in the history of men's T20Is. A truly commendable performance from the Japanese. Records tumbled. Maiden T20I century for Lockie Yamamoto Lake. Second T20I century for Kendall Kadawaki Fleming. And I tell you what, if you're an amateur statistician like myself, today's been an absolute pleasure. Records tumbling for Japan, China as well, with their second highest total in men's T20Is. And I love to see that as well from the Chinese, that improvement from one game to the next. They did struggle with the ball, of course, but there are reasons to keep your chin up if you're in that Chinese camp. There are reasons to be proud. And of course, their tournament is not even close to being over. They still have 2 more matches left, one against the hosts and another one against their opponents this morning, against Japan. But I love this tournament format as well, a double round robin format. So every team guaranteed at least 4 games. For a team like China, it's all about those incremental improvements. The more you play, especially against higher ranked associate nations, the better you're going to get. And it looks like Aaron Bush is out there for the presentation ceremony. Take it away, Aaron.
Thanks, Jay. What a great game of cricket we just watched for Game 3 of the East Asia Cup. A historic game of cricket here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Japan putting on 258 and winning by a comfortable margin in the end, bowling China all out. Now we're going to do the Player of the Match presentations, and to present, it is the chairperson of Cricket Hong Kong, Burgee Schroff. Please come in, Burgee, with the award. Thanks, Burgee. And it's a historic Player of the Match, this one. We could not decide who should be Player of the Match, so there's Players of the Match for Game 3 of the East Asia Cup. It is the openers from Japan. Over to our left there, the captain, Kendall Karawaki Fleming and Lachlan Yamamoto. Come in, both of you are Player of the Match. We could not decide between the two of you, so you both are going to win the award. You'll have to share it. I'm not sure whose shelf it'll go onto. And lads, just stick around. I'll chat to both of you because I'm not sure if you've been told yet, but that is the highest opening run partnership in a T20 international ever. Ever. That is the number one by about 20 runs. You two hold the record now. How did it feel out in the middle? We'll start with you, the captain, Kendall.
Yeah, it felt like personally I was playing the anchor role for a lot of that and watching Lockie just smack it down the other end. But yeah, we weren't aware of that record. I think it's probably one of those things that, you know, when we're reflecting back on our times playing for Japan, it's something that'll be pretty special. But for the time being and during the innings, it was good fun.
And for you, Lachlan, out there, you were smashing it. We were doing an interview with Marcus on the side, and the commentator and Marcus were in danger on that. I think you hit 21 that over and smashed past your 50 and kept going on with it. Top score today. How did it feel for you out in the middle?
Yeah, it felt really good. Find a bit of form out there today. Yeah, a few out the middle, always nice. Lots of doskoys.
Yeah, a very, very big partnership. But then you went out and did it with the ball yesterday. You had a bit of trouble against Hong Kong, China. Were you happier with your efforts with the ball out there on what was a pretty good batting pitch?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably 3 games in a row where we've been able to post a pretty good total. The first 2 we weren't able to defend that. So to come out, and I thought our bowlers did really well. You know, yesterday we had a 15-year-old in Charlie Hinds open the bowling, and today we had Kazuma, who's only 16. So great signs for the future.
And you've got the game coming up shortly, Game 4 of the East Asia Cup against Hong Kong, China. Obviously 9 of your batters are nice and rested. Are you two going to be fine to go back out and back it up?
Well, actually, I was thinking about retiring hurt. My back was just spasming up a little bit, and then our coach said it's only 1 run short of a record. We weren't sure what that record was, but ended up staying out there, and hopefully Orca, or our trainer, can do a bit of magic, and I'll be right.
We did see you out in the field there, a little proppy right there at the end. How are you feeling? You were out on the ropes. You're all okay there, Lachlan?
Yeah, rested quite a lot. Ready to go.
Okay, well, we do have Game 4 of the East Asia Cup coming up from 2 p.m. These two will be back in action, they tell us. It will be Japan versus Hong Kong, China. Before you go, I've got 2 more stats for you. It was the 11th highest runs in an innings in a T20 international. I believe it was the 6th or 7th largest winning victory. So you guys have a lot to celebrate tonight, but you've still got 1 game to get through. Join us live here on Cricket Hong Kong Broadcasting, YouTube and Fan Code in India for Game 4 of the East Asia Cup, live from 2 p.m.